Legit basket? It looks like it might have been. You know, sometimes people just play Symmetra, and you can just pick up the basketball with the left click and drop it in. That's called cheating, guys. But it looks like Twilight. No, he's gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say,
switch
man.
To the
I was gonna be very surprised, but pretty normal stuff coming up for Cloud9. Surefour on that McCree, of course. Gods on the Road Dogg, which we see quite a bit of. Is Mendo on the Zarya, which we've of course seen a lot of as well.
Yeah, Conbox did say, of course, in their opening interview, they've been playing like most Korean teams played in Super Week. Our last tournament really saw, besides Tuesday, the 3 tank with the soldiers. So Liz is going to be that solo DPS soldier. Right? They're already going to control this point right here with Surefour taking a ton of damage. And it will activate in 2 seconds, so already a mass amount of control here for Conbox.
Yeah, Conbox C6 defending. Here comes Cloud9, though. They're just walking right in there. Surefour hit with that biotic grenade. Needs to be careful. Kills on both sides right now. Looking for the enemy. Lucio doesn't quite find it. Sleepy Bear flailing away. Trying on the outside. Oh, he's taking damage, but he can't quite find the headshot. Surefour finally does get the flashbang. There's the headshot to finish off Sleepy Bear. He's a bear pelt now. And Surefour just walking his way through this point right now. Are they actually going to be able to take this away? Rib swinging away on the Reinhardt. Finally, Oporochi does get the kill, and it looks like Conbox T6 will hold it for the moment, but Adam's being so annoying right now. They've got Rib still kind of like barricaded in there. C9's actually going to take the point first.
Yeah, they will. Surefour left to do so much damage there. No one dealt with him there. There was too much control by Cloud9 with Rib in the front. He's already got enough for an Earthshine now, but Surefour had his Deadeye so quickly. He's going to be able to use it for this next defense here, should he want to. In fact, he just triggers it now.
High Noon looking for an option, and no. Defense Matrix was out, so it would have been a little bit harder to land some of those hits. But either way, it does push Conbox Spirit back a little bit farther.
Okay, looks like they're going to dive in.
One ult, charges. Ooh, that didn't go too well. Drops the Earth Shatter, and there's the Nano Boost onto Gamsu as he comes in. Oh, he gets pinned though as he tries Earth Shatter, throws it down anyway. Hits Gods, also hits Surefour as well, throws through the Fire Strike, charges, gets the pin. Gods does go down. Liz, meanwhile, does get 3, I believe, with that tack visor. Yeah, and he's going to finish off Surefour as well with a bit of help from Twilight. And Conbox T6 winning that one and taking the point for themselves.
Liz just in a really good position there to follow up that Earth Shatter. It's super important that when we saw Gamsu try to Earth Shatter, that didn't actually go off, it was actually canceled, so he's able to do it again. Here's Liz's perspective. Once the Earth Shatter goes down, everything is removed, and he's able to just sit back, get 3 kills, and that's all she wrote. Mendo does have this Graviton Surge ready, and Conbox only really has a Sound Barrier. Okay, they do have the Whole Hog as well. Here comes the attempt to do the damage.
Now, where's the follow-up? They dropped the Sound Barrier for a little bit of protection. Whole Hog for Sleepy Bear pushes Cloud9 into the point, actually. They're taking it right now, so Conbox T6 finds himself suddenly having to fight into this defensive position. Gamsu gets 1. Adam for himself. There's the Surefour knocked down. He swapped over that Diva now. Adam backing away, doesn't make it out in Conbox T6. I gotta say, you know, Cloud9 talking about how they wanted to win these fights through aim duels and brawling. It looks like Conbox T6 is able to do that instead so far on Ilios.
I think the story of this game for Conbox is just Liz being able to do free damage. We saw that similar story. Like when you're running a DPS like this, we saw Surefour's McCree earlier doing the same thing, but when Liz is able to get these tack fighters off, able to do this damage from a distance, it's all about the production he's granted. That Sound Barrier is well timed. We're gonna see a Diva ult attempt here, but the Mendo ult there just there wasn't really much follow-ups. They couldn't actually get any picks there. The Sound Barrier negated that, and now we're at 80% here. Cloud9 needs to make a push happen. All they have is Whole Hog and Nano Boost.
Yeah, about 83% right now in the control percentage. Cloud9 needs to make something happen. They've got maybe like 1 fight left at this point. 4 ults to work with, so they can make a big Nano Boost play. There's the self-destruct, doesn't claim any victims. Liz, meanwhile, gets attack vise with an Nano Boost, hooked in. He's gonna live though, doesn't actually take a lot of damage. Trying to avoid that Whole Hog though. Coming in from Gods, he's able to turn the corner. Cloud9 nearly takes a point. They do manage to flip it at 99%. So C9 not winning a big team fight in terms of kills, but able to just outposition Conbox.
Yeah, very critically, Liz wasting his ult there, as well as the Nano Boost going off, so that's really a big frustration now for Conbox, as they nearly won the game. If those ults had gone better, they just, win the point, because they're wasted now. This could be a chance for Cloud9 to take the first point.
All right, there's the Graviton Surge. Doesn't really get a whole lot of follow-up. I guess they got a couple, and that's enough. I mean, they had already lost 1, and Cloud9 able to win enough to push Conbox back a bit more. 70%, so Conbox Spirit does have a bit of time to maybe go for 1 or 2 pushes here.
Yeah, they do have that whole hog. They're going to have a sound barrier, they have Earthshatter, and they will, if the fight goes on long enough, probably have the self-destruct. This is absolutely still winnable for them. They just need to make sure they're efficient with these ults as they move forward.
Going down the stairs now. Twilight up on the high ground.
Waiting for that shield going down to use that Earthshatter, waiting for the perfect moment here.
Earthshatter blocked. They're going to turn it around. There's a sound barrier going on Cloud9. Both teams have used it. Sleepy Bear gets the nano boost. He's got to make it work, though. Whole hog is gone. I don't think he got to use it all, but he does get the kill, though. On to Mendo. Conbox looks like they will be able to claim the point back as Rib very, very low. Adam nearly taken out as well. Liz finishing off the rest of C9. And it looks like that's going to be about it. I don't know if anyone can get back to the point in time. Doesn't look that way. And Conbox Spirit drawing first blood here in this best of 5.
2 critical missed Earth Shatters by Cloud9's Reinhardt there that I think really turned the tides. Obviously, that was kind of a game of chicken between the 2 Reinhardts there. They both had Earth Shatter. They both had their shields up. And once the Earth Shatter was missed there, the first time they were able to get theirs off with all the ults they had and push it to self-destruct there as well, helping the zone. Then just, I guess you could say, at the end of that fight, more ult efficiency on the side of Conbox as we go into the second map. Surefour did really have a great start with the McCree, but switched off early. We'll see if that's something he's going to bring back. Wouldn't be surprised if he runs Tracer here. Now as we go into Well.
Yeah, Well is a great point for Tracer. We see nearly every team run it. And they've got that big bang combo, of course, with Gods on the Zarya now.
Really interesting. Liz is going to switch into the Reaper as well. It's not going to be looking for as much range DPS here, looking more to chew up the tanks as, Mendo on the Genji.
Definitely expecting tanks, but he's going to be going up against a Tracer and a Genji, so Reaper may have a bit of trouble here. Surefour already getting a bit low. He has to back out of there.
Well protected. 7 seconds until we activate at this point, though. Currently controlled by Cloud9 as Liz is unable to find damage, as you said.
Yep. It's going to be hard to get close. He's going to have to worry about getting dove a bit, too. Now waiting into Cloud9, gets a kill onto Rib, so staying alive, making things work. Ooh, gets very low. Has to Wraithform out of that. Can't quite find the health back, but he does find a very low health Surefour. He's able to chase away. Surefour okay now, but Cloud9 happy to just set on the point and build up that control percent.
It's important that they also have nearly a Graviton Surge and Earthshatter and also already have that Pulse Bomb. I'm surprised Liz is still sticking with the Reaper for so long as he's still not able to find anything with it. He's up at the front here in front of the shield too, and here comes Tracer from the back.
Oh, that's
Great
a
pulse.
stick. He's going to take out Kamsu, and yeah, Conbox in trouble already. Twilight on his own. Surefour has to rewind to get out of the pit, but he's going to take out Twilight away, dodges the hook, and Sleepy Bear finds himself about to possibly take the longest sleep of all.
Does get the pick onto Surefour and Mendo, though.
Soon.
It actually turns things around here for Conbox. Looks like he's going to get the pick onto Adam as well, and finally Liz going to get that kill there. Still doesn't have the Death Blossom, but this is a fight won just because of Sleepy Bear's ult alone.
Well, you know what's funny is that Liz, it seems like no matter what hero he plays so far, he's been able to find these flanks and just be sneaky enough that he escapes the notice of a lot of players on Cloud9 and just getting wrecked a little bit because of that.
Yeah, positioning really nice here as Twilight hears everybody up.
Yeah.
Surefour coming around the back again.
That was an ambitious sleep dart from Twilight there. It's hard to hit that Tracer. There's a kill for Sleepy Bear right off the bat. Heard a Graviton Surge go down. We'll have to see where that one ends up. Doesn't look like it did a whole lot. Mendo getting the kill in the Twilight, though, as Liz chases down Surefour. Oh, that was so close. Surefour with the rewind. Looks like he's going to back off for the moment.
Oh, nice!
A hook onto Surefour. He was about to finish off Liz.
That's an easy kill on Liz if he misses that hook.
Sleepy Bear to the rescue, man. They're going to drop the sound barrier just to keep themselves a bit more healthy.
And now they have
probably a good idea. They were a bit low health. Yeah.
They have 4 ults, so I think that's totally fine. They could be conservative here with their ults by just using the sound barrier to hold on to this position right now. Still a ton of shields on Gamsu for Reinhardt. Yeah. And Liz is just looking for a Death Blossom here. Here he goes.
Again. Unopposed, no kills, but he does push Cloud9 back big time. They get the sound barrier down in time, though. Rib charging in. There's the self-destruct, though, being used by Myunghoon. Gets Rib, actually. And Gamsu with the nano boost. Not going to find a lot of targets to hit, it looks like, but
I'd say
okay.
This is a really good example of how to stagger your ults. You know, one by one, you see the Death Blossom come in, then the Earth Shatter, then the Nano Boost coming onto the Reinhardt. So you do this piece by piece. So you're always kind of having a threatening ultimate as you're pushing into a choke point like that. Surefour's going to switch over to the Pharah.
You know, Twilight is such a good Ana. His aim is great on that hero, so I think Surefour is going to have a hard time if that Ana gets him into sights. Mendo pops a Dragon Blade and gets hooked. This Sleepy Bear guy, man, his name's Sleepy Bear, but there is nothing sleepy
Do
about
not
his
sleep on
Roadhog
Sleepy
flavor.
Bear. He almost got that hook there on the gods as well.
Yep.
Gonna go ahead and just pop this whole hog right into the shield. No fear here. Kills gods immediately, and will eventually get taken out here. Looks like
Maybe not before he gets a kill on the Rolf. Wow, I am pretty impressed by Sleepy Bear's Roadhog so far in this match. Surefour is finally going to finish him off, it looks like. But
yeah,
good start. Mendo over on the famous Genji pick now. Uses it to help Surefour pick out Twilight.
And they just need to hold on here. The overtime is fading fast.
Yep.
Very, very close to going out. They get knocked off the point. Resetting it temporarily. Mendo does go down.
Barochi with the kill, and that's it. Conbox Spirit going to win Ilios with a 2-0. Wow, it's upset city here this week, apparently. But you better go, otherwise the time's going to end up and you're not going to take the point.
That's right. You better run.
You can't walk either way, actually. Look
That's
at that.
weird.
Oh, yeah, those signs must be broken.
There's also no parking. Clearly, that car needs a ticket.
No kidding.
Parking right, 2 cars parking right next to the no parking sign. What's going on, Hollywood Police Department?
The thing is, there's at least 3 or 4 heroes that can just easily move that car. Actually, it's floating. Anyone could just push it out of the way.
Oh, man.
Can you really park a floating car? Can anyone just come by and push it wherever they want to?
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but I also don't know how Sombra works on the defense of this point either. We'll see if this is real or not. It looks pretty real.
Yeah. Well,
normally you see people do picks like this on the attack where they can easily switch without going back. We'll see if he goes back. I hope so, but also on one hand, I hope not. I want to see Sombra used as a legit hero pick here by Twilight. Looks like he's heading back.
You know, we saw him tease it, but yeah, I don't think he's going to stick with it. If you're just going to run a single Lucio, I'd be pretty shocked. Yeah, there you go. It's going to be swapping over the Ana, of course. Again.
Disappointing.
You know, we do see once in a great while the single healer along with the Soldier 76 on some defensive points like Gibraltar, sometimes Hollywood, but yeah, the Sombra, I don't think so. So Cloud9 on the attack right now, Mendo on that Surefour as we get things going here.
Mendo on the Surefour for sure.
Mendo on the Mendo on
That's
the Tracer.
I feel you, dude. I feel you. No, it's normally the other way around, but yeah.
It's gonna be one of those days. It's just gonna be one of those days, man. I don't know.
No, I'm teasing you, but it's interesting they're going to run this as a solo DPS essentially with the triple tank here, not using the soldier, which is a little bit more common for that range DPS. They're doing a solo DPS dive, you could almost argue. Trying to look for pairings as they attack. They do have good position here already on the point as Gamsu is pushed way back behind that payload.
Yeah, that's right. Conbox Spirit in a little bit of an awkward position here to defend this. Nobody up on the cafe in the high ground. Mendo just sitting up there with the Tracer.
Liz is forced to defend here on the low ground, which is going to get tough for him once we do see Mendo come into the background.
Oh,
goes down,
you got hooked, man. And Cloud9's attack suddenly in jeopardy. May need to back up, but Mendo in the back lines now doing what he can. And yeah, they're going to have to get out of there. I mean, they lost Rib, they lost Surefour as well, and you need your Zarya and your Reinhardt if you're going to take that point.
This gives enough time for Liz to come back, and Conbox really just not even going to attempt to hold this high ground any way, shape, or form. Perhaps scared of Gods' Roadhog here, although Liz,
nice
Twilight
hook.
Gets hooked there on the high ground.
That may not be one that would hit with the new patch once that happens, but Gods will take it so far. Mendo gets the kill on the Gamsu as well, and Cloud9 certainly looks like they're on track to maybe grab this point A now. Yeah, Conbox Spirit looks like they're already backing away, and they're going to let them have it.
Yeah, they don't really have ults to come in here and contest this just yet. They're very close to, but they'd rather just save
maybe
these.
they'll go. Yeah, Liz coming in with the nano boost now. They're going to go for it. Cloud9 having to back away. That's an aggressive Soldier 76. He's got the high ground. There's Attack Visor now. Oh, he gets at him before he gets behind the Reinhardt shield. Gods gets the hook in the end, but the damage has been done. C9 has to back away. There's a big Earth Shatter. Oh, but response as well. Everybody's going to take a nap, I guess.
It's really important that Myungun has his self-destruct as well. He was trying to save it up here. We're going to get the hook onto Gods, and Sleepy Bear has whole hug. They absolutely can hold this. As it turns out, they bought just enough time. There's a huge Myungun ult as well. That's what I'm talking about. They tried to save these up. They were so close. Like I said before we went to that, we're on the cusp of all these ults. They're almost able to do it. Liz has a starting mediocre attack visor, but then gets the picks before he gets hooked. Then they buy enough time to get that self-destruct. very well coordinated by Conbox. Very tricky to make it look like they're retreating and then boom, come back in and big commit there.
Yeah, I don't think Cloud9 was expecting that, man. Surefour has that Graviton Surge, though they may just go ahead and bump rush this one. They've got the sound barriers. Certainly they are going to use it. Oh, that got absorbed. Surefour losing that Graviton Surge to Myunghoon on the D.Va, it looks like. And now he's got to contend with this. Reinhardt manages to take down Gamsu. And despite the rough start, Cloud9 winning the early fights. But here they come. Sleepy Bear with the kill on Mendo. Ribbon at him, though. Able to finish things off, and the payload will start moving.
Yeah, God's aggressively positioning here. This time, not going to be tricked by anyone coming in for a secondary push. Going to punish anyone who looked to do so. And 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock here for Cloud9. Very close to getting it the first time, but second time's the charm here.
Dude, I saw Zariel get absorbed. That's a second time.
Yeah, no, that's a really
ever.
hard thing to do as a caster, man. I'm new to casting this game.
I think I'm like 2-7 at this point.
It's tough.
The win rate's going up, though. That's the important thing.
That's important, absolutely. And it's
looking for a hookup on the high ground there.
It's unfortunate for Surefour, but here's a big Earth Shatter there onto Gods.
Yeah. Now Liz on the high ground with that Soldier 76. Nobody to really deal with him at the moment either. The payload's still moving. They're going to need a little bit more to stop Cloud9.
Yeah, he's not able to get any picks. He does massive amounts of damage. There was the heal deny there as well, but it's still enough. He has another attack visor available here as he actually drops down that heal. Perhaps didn't need that there. But he's going to look for picks here at the back behind the Reinhardt shield. But this payload is nearly at the next checkpoint. Okay, here comes that attack visor.
Nano visor use, gets two already, gets hooked, backs away. Oh, but the pin is going to finish him off. A lot of times that hook is enough to do it if you've got the nano boost. Surefour firing away, but dies before he has a chance to find a good Graviton Surge target. C9 forced to regroup for the moment. The defensive fight coming out wins for Conbox Spirit.
2 minutes left to go here for Conbox. They do have Sleepy Bear with the whole hog, and he's been quite successful with that so far tonight. Myunghoon's again going to have that self-destruct soon, but they did use the attack visor, so that's something that's missing. Big opportunities for Cloud9 to actually make this work with their next push because they do have the Graviton Surge, and we'll see how Surefour decides to use it. Hopefully it doesn't get eaten this time. It looks like it's not going to with Myunghoon dead. So a good opportunity here now to actually commit.
Yeah, without that D.Va, a lot less to worry about if you want to set up this fight. If you're Cloud9, they'll go in. Looks like they're going to lose God. Sleepy Bear with the kill there. He ults, but no kills out of that one. Not really able to force Cloud9 out of position either. There's attack visor yet again. Mendo trying to make a play, needs to avoid that. Oh, Rib taken down by Myunghoon's ult.
Yeah, but he actually got killed there as he was in, the animation by that attack visor. Surefour getting the kills without actually the Graviton Surge even being used. So very good ult efficiency here by Cloud9 as they take this second point. And a lot of momentum now in their hands.
They're looking a bit more comfortable now. Absolutely. Sleepy Bear out of position. Should not have been that far up. And it's going to be another hook on the Twilight. They're going to be without their Ana for a little while. So Cloud9 going to get a good start pushing this payload through a lot of point 3.
Again, the ult efficiency here is so important. They have 3 left available. Liz going to have another attack visor soon. It would have been useful to have earlier. And there's no defensive self-destruct at this moment in time.
Yeah, decent ults on both sides. Let's see if Surefour goes to the flank here with that Graviton Surge. Gods, though, on top. Gets a hook onto Gamsu. Oh, can't quite land the left click, and now he's got to worry about the D.Va. Pops a log as he comes in. They're going to use that with a Graviton Surge. Liz with 1. Nano boost onto the Lucio there. That's not where Conbox wanted to put it. Oporochi's a bloodthirsty DPS, but not that bloodthirsty.
Yeah, it looks like
Conbox is going to hold for the moment, though, anyway.
Gods wanted them out of that.
Guess so,
out of
wow.
that Graviton Surge. Knocked them all out. That combo not always the most effective, but nearly got a lot of kills there. Still a strong push, though. They're nearly up this final ramp as Liz is actually going to switch over to the Reaper, looking for a flank. A risky switch to actually do this late into the game. He's not going to have a Death Blossom almost certainly in the next minute or so.
Looking good for Cloud9. Oh, Rib finds a pretty good Earth Shatter. Let's see if they capitalize. Oh, he botches a charge, though. You don't see that happen very often. Gets Twilight with the Fire Strike, though. That's a nice bit of redemption there. And Cloud9 winning this fight, but they've got to deal with the respawns. Mendo has a good option to come in from the side here. Gets a good amount of damage on Myunghoon. Popped out of the mech right now, taking the air. Good tracking there. And that payload, oh, I thought it was going to make it right there, but not quite. Now they should do it. Cloud9 comes away with 3 points on their offensive round.
I like what you said earlier about the confidence. You could really see them come into their own after that second capture point. A lot of conservative play on the side of Surefour there with the Zarya ult. He didn't want to blow it until it was absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't get the massive kills he was looking for, but still being very slow, being very calm and patient with their ults there. And Liz struggling a lot there on the Soldier towards that high ground when he was up on top of the house. I don't know the technical term for that. I'm too new to casting Overwatch, but
well, I mean, we've been calling it Westworld lately, but you can call it like back lot or something too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Top of one of those old West buildings.
Sure.
Wow, the clouds are moving really fast in Hollywood.
I bet a storm is coming.
Day.
A storm is coming.
Maybe. Better watch out.
Yeah. No cumulonimbus up there.
You don't get a lot of thunderstorms in LA.
No, not generally. I see every now and then. Whenever it rains in LA, I know because everyone on Twitter complains about it. I follow a lot of people on LA on Twitter. I'm like, it's raining today. I guess it happens that rarely.
We had a lot of snow today in Seoul.
Yeah, it's actually come down quite thick.
Yeah.
Adam's gonna play some Symmetra here.
I like it.
I like it. We saw this a lot on this map in promotions and also in the World Cup as well.
Yep.
And even in Gyeonggi, quite a bit, to be honest, at IEM. So a good map to play the Symmetra with the change to her ultimate, getting the second one, the shield generator. She's quite powerful here.
Well, she also got some really good quality of life changes. You start out with 6 turrets to place now instead of having 3 and then building up. And, you know, as you do it, you can build up to a maximum of 6 turrets in reserve, too. So what that amounts to is it's much easier to get your turrets in position before the match begins and also much easier to replace them during the match. So, and she got that big floating shield, too. That's a big change. So Symmetra, much improved, and we have been seeing it a bit more often in competitive play.
Her range as well, you know, her tethered range is so powerful. She can actually do quite a bit of damage, yeah. So
5 to 7 meters now.
Gamsu,
from 5 up to 7.
Right. Gamsu was playing the Tracer, but he's switching over now to play a little bit more normal. Going to play the Reinhardt, and we're going to see that standard Soldier 3-tank composition rolling forward here, as you expect to see. Liz, though, getting caught here right away with the heal tonight, does survive.
Yeah. Conbox Spirit trying to sneak around through the building here. Cloud9 obviously knows where they are, but it's dangerous to go into that hallway. God's looking for the pick.
Okay, this is actually a very risky
There's
move.
what he was looking for. There's Twilight. Man, he was so ready. Gets finished off by Sleepy Bear, but good to take out Twilight. Really nice pick by Gods. That's going to force Conbox Spirit back.
You kind of put all your eggs into one basket coming up at an angle like that, but
you just got to watch those flanks, man.
Exactly. You got to kind of capitalize on moments where that guy gets out of position to get the flank.
Yep. Adam about halfway to the ultimate once they get that shield generator down, which is usually what people have been using lately on Symmetra. It suddenly becomes much tougher. You're basically fighting like a 6v7 with the amount of extra health from shields that the defensive team gets.
Yeah, I mean, the Symmetra is essentially playing a mini game of trying to get the shield generator up. If she gets it, her pick was worth it. If not, sometimes you'd argue otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll see if they can hold on. One more push should be enough to do that. Sleepy Bear trying to poke forward here, misses the hook onto Surefour. And actually misses the turrets there, too.
Looking for a place to put that, though. Yeah.
We're all just watching as the point is contested. Put it down, Adam, put it down.
You don't really want to put it down where you know people are seeing it, but you got to get it down because it's so much extra help for your team. He finally does get it down there. Liz, though, knows exactly where that is. That's normally where you put the shield generator on this map, but it looks like they've managed to fight off Conbox Spirit for the moment anyway.
Okay, Rib does have this Earth Shatter.
Yep.
Got a decent amount of ults. They may be able to full hold this. 40 seconds is their time pool. It's been 2 minutes left here. We're going to see the commitment now to the sound barrier.
And Nano Boost right away onto Rib. He's going to go for the charge. Not going to connect with it, though. Sound barrier wearing off of Spirit. I think they may have used that one a little bit early. Oh, and that did not work out for Kamsu.
140 left on the clock here. Using that sound barrier to no success. Kind of wasted there. Gamsu's going to have his Earth Shatter up in 7% more. But this shield generator getting massive value at this point in time as Cloud9 just looks to build up the rest of their ults. Surefour again with the Graviton Surge ready in this choke point. It's so powerful.
Liz on the Reaper now to try to combat this triple tank that we're seeing. Cloud9.
It's going to be tough to get in position. There's so much extra shield.
Oh boy. Surefour getting really close. Drops that Graviton Surge, and they're going to try to follow it up. There's the charge. Everyone getting pretty low there. Rib gets a kill. There's one for Gods as well. Popping that whole hog. And it looks like Cloud9 is going to hold again. They are really on their way to a full hold. Nice pick on the Twilight with the hook in the end. And now it is less than a minute for Conbox Spirit to try to just get the payload moving.
Yeah, this is really, really frustrating right now for Conbox. They've really got one more or perhaps two more shots if they're lucky here at this push. Myunghoon does have the self-destruct. Liz not finding value with the Reaper yet again. Feels like a bit desperate when he switches to it at times, only having success on Ilios so far on Well. Myunghoon is just looking for an opportunity here to drop the self-destruct. Here's his attempt.
Oh, all right, nobody taken. Sleepy Bear, meanwhile, gets the kill on Nemendo. That's something they need. Liz gets hooked. He's got the Nano Boost, finishes off Gods. That's 2 for him on the Reaper now.
And he
Still
has the Death Blossom.
Yeah, oh, he's going to die before he can use it, though. Cloud9 fighting back right now. There goes Gamsu. Nano Boost wears off on Surefour.
He's about to have a Graviton Surge,
right
too.
Now, man, this is tough.
10% left.
Yep, Rolf back there supporting.
5 seconds left.
This may be it. It looks like Cloud9 is almost certainly, they're going to full hold here, man. Spirit, I don't think they have any chance of taking this. Another Graviton Surge comes in, and that should be about it. It's all cleanup for Cloud9 right now, as they will full hold on Hollywood, on Point A, and win Hollywood.
There you go.
GG.
Very solid hold there. The Symmetra got Shield Generator up early.